about y'all, but sometimes I just want a quick and easy sweet treat without a whole lot of fuss. So when I came across this recipe for cake pancake that relies on pantry staples, it comes together in about 30 minutes. It's egg-free and dairy-free. Well, to say I was intrigued is an understatement. I cannot wait to give this cake a try. Let's get started. This is my sweet mess, and welcome to my kitchen, where every week I make a mess trying new recipes in the pursuit of something sweet. Like I said, I am very intrigued by this recipe, not only because how quickly it comes together, but let's be honest, the name is very interesting. I'd never heard of a cake pancake before, so I wanted to figure out how did this all come about. So I did a little research and found out a cake pancake got its name because the original method for making the dessert was to mix everything right into the cake pan. Isn't that interesting? I thought that was so cool. The original recipe actually has instructions listed if you want to try and make the cake directly in your cake pan, you know, like in the original method, and I'll have that link in one of my pinned comments. But I am not brave enough to try it. I don't know why, but making a cake from scratch right into the pan feels crazy to me. Now, I've made dump cakes before, but that used cake mix, so somehow that feels different. I don't know. Have you ever done that before? Mixed a cake right into the cake pan? Did it work out okay? Oh gosh. I don't even know if I can do it. It just feels wild. Oh, what an interesting texture. I guess that's from the oil and the vinegar coming together. It's bubbly. Okay, let me get the dry mix back. And right into the dry mix, the entire wet mix goes. Can we talk about how quickly this recipe is coming together? I mean, we are over halfway done already. If you've got kiddos that are interested in baking, this recipe will be a great one to get them to try because everything comes together pretty quickly. And speaking personally, all of the ingredients were already in my pantry, which is another reason I wanted to give this recipe a try. Being from the Southeast, I don't like showing up at someone's house empty-handed, and I certainly don't want somebody coming over to my house without having a little sweet treat to go with our coffee or tea. So having a quick chocolate cake recipe that used pantry staples is something that I am really excited to have on hand. I cannot wait to give this a try at the end, and hopefully this becomes one of my new back pocket recipes. This guy is gonna go into our preheated 350-degree oven for about 30 to 35 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. My cake is out of the oven, cooling behind me, so let's make an icing to go on top. I have here a pot of boiling water, as you can see, and a heat-proof bowl set over top. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my chocolate chips and my milk. Now, I know I said at the beginning that this is a dairy-free recipe, and it is. I am choosing to make it not dairy-free. I wanted to add the milk. That was my choice. The original recipe actually suggests cold brewed coffee or water to make the icing. I wanted something a little bit richer, so that's why I'm adding the milk. But for your cake, make it however you want. Now, I am using semi-sweet chocolate chips, but you can use milk chocolate or dark chocolate if that's what you have in the pantry. Whatever you got, use that. If you don't want to use the boiling, ow, that was hot. If you don't want to use a pot of boiling hot water and a heat-proof bowl to melt your chocolate chips, you can absolutely use a microwave to melt them. I would just check on it in 30-second increments just to make sure that your chocolate is melting and not burning. All right, it's starting to come together. This definitely is a trust the process kind of a thing because for a while there, your chocolate chips are not gonna look good. They're just not because they're still melting. So you just gotta trust the process and keep stirring until you start to get something that looks nice and smooth. I'm not quite there yet. I still have a ball of chocolate stuck in my whisk, but we're getting there. Okay, there we go. See, that looks really nice and smooth, nice and glossy. Whew, I'm getting very excited. Okay, this cake has obviously been hanging out long enough that I can touch the pan. Transparently, I do not know what happened. I don't know if my oven is crooked or what, but you can kind of see my cake is not exactly flat. Like it tapers down this way. I don't know what happened. And it's not like there was something in my oven to lift it, so I don't know what happened. Anywho, okay, this looks good. Let us do the fun part. Pouring the chocolate icing over my crooked cake. Woo hoo hoo hoo, look at that. All right, I got a little bit more in there if I need it, but I'm gonna try and kind of coax the icing into all of the delicious corners. Man, oh man, like I said, I still cannot believe how quickly this whole thing came together in, I mean, just like 30 minutes or so. I mean, it really is as quick of a process as you want it to be. And it would not be a My Sweet Mess treat without a little bit of salt. So I am going to add just a smidge of finishing salt on top. This is absolutely just something that I want to do because I like it and my family likes it. This is not part of the original recipe, but I just like a little extra salt on my cake and brownies. And this recipe did not use a lot of salt, so I want to make sure we get that nice flavor contrast. So I am just gonna let this guy hang out in the pan and let it set up just a little bit. I want that chocolate icing to kind of get a little set before we slice and taste it. There is something about a simple classic chocolate cake that just makes my heart happy. I mean, look at that. The crumb on the cake is so tender and that shine from the icing. Ooh, I love it. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's give it a taste. Man, that is good. This cake proves that a dessert doesn't have to be complicated to be wonderful. The cake came together in 10 minutes maybe, and it is so moist and delicious and absolutely wonderful. This is definitely going to be one of my new back pocket recipes. I am so glad that we added just that thin sprinkling of finishing salt to the top of the cake. It works so well with that chocolate cake and the chocolate icing, and having a little bit of salt really helps balance all the flavors together. Anyway, I am off to find an ice cold glass of milk to go with this delicious and rich chocolate cake. Thank you so much for being here today. And remember, trying new things is messy, but the end result can be pretty sweet. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.